Yes, Sam.
Hello.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good, good.
You're back from your escapades on Twitter, social media. You still got people in your DMs and all that?
Yeah, it's been a tough
Been a bit of
few
a
days.
whirlwind, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's been weird. I seem to get stick for anything nowadays. If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Welcome to social media. You feel like Joe, you can relate to Jose now.
Yeah, because if I speak, I'll get in trouble. Sorry.
I don't want to speak.
End the interview right now before I get in trouble.
That's it, exactly. Whatever you say in this interview, you're going to get cancelled. But look, we finished sixth. Chelsea did us a massive favour today because we could only manage to draw against Palace. Obviously, it was a bit of a drab game. Wasn't much to talk about in the game. I think once the equaliser went in, I think you could see that the players knew, or at least the management knew, that a draw was a good enough result for sixth place. I think there was an idea that was the case. We didn't seem to be going for a winner. But how do you assess the season overall and the game? I guess a bit of the game.
Sorry, Screw Tuna just said all eyes on you, Sam. That's put me off. Right, ignoring the comments, blocking them out. Right, let's not get it twisted. This season, you cannot. It's very difficult to try and put a positive spin on anything on paper when you look at the season of how we finished. The positive spins that you can look at is how Jose Mourinho has taken us from 14th or 15th to 6th. That's definitely a positive spin to look at, because that goes to show we have a manager who has done his utmost hardest with the squad that he's got at the moment to try and get to Tottenham, to try and get Tottenham to where they are. However, does that mean that he's a magician and can turn this squad into back to normal? My simple answer to that is no, he can't. We've got a lot of players in our team which have, quite frankly, have shown their final moments and shouldn't really play for us anymore. I mean, it's a shame Jan Vertonghen couldn't play for this game, but his legs have completely gone for this season. And as sad to say as it is, a loyal servant for 8 years, I put him joint with Ledley King and Michael Dawson as proper Tottenham legends, but unfortunately, it's his time. And if you look at the game in itself, I felt, things were a little bit anticlimactic. I would have loved to have seen a win personally. Conceding a goal like that just goes to show that no matter how many good runs that we have, the problem is definitely, defending. Today, I thought a huge issue was trying to defend from corners, because I even noticed that in the first half, and from a set piece from Milivojevic. And then Scott Dan got the header, I think. I mean, fortunately, it was a rubbish header, but that was down to schoolboy defending, helping him get at least a header out of that. So, look, we're now here for Europa League for next season, but we've got to act like we will take this competition seriously. And I personally don't feel like we can carry on with this squad with how it is at the moment. There's changes that do need to be made.
Where are the big changes, do you think?
We definitely need a defensive midfielder. I felt like that was a huge issue for us, especially against Brighton when we lost 3-0. I think it was Harry Winks and Sissoko was playing as a right back.
I think Ndombele was taken off at half time in that game, if I remember right.
Yeah. So it's definitely a defensive mid. We need another centre back. We definitely need 2 new fullbacks, and I'd say a backup striker as well. I know there's been a bit of criticism about our attack, but I don't think it's as bad as some people have made it out to be. So we don't really need to strengthen too much apart from a backup striker, i.e., I'm not sure. Callum Wilson from Bournemouth, for example. He could be of something useful for us.
If you just give Mourinho's time at Spurs a rating out of 10 so far, what would you give it?
You see, it's difficult because if we're just judging this solely about Mourinho and Tottenham, I'd give him a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. I'd say it's good, quite good on that standard. If you're giving Tottenham's season overall, though, out of 10, it's going to be 4.5 out of 10 for me.
4.5 out of 10?
Yeah.
I think that's about right.
the standards have just dropped. The standards have dropped so much this season. You know, Champions League finalists to now qualifying for Europa League, settling for so much mediocrity in our team that has now finally been exposed, but still giving contracts. We've not behaved, even though we finished sixth. Let's not get it twisted here. We've not behaved like a top 6 side at all this season.
And who would you give a Player of the Year to?
The Player of the Year, I'd say Harry Kane, but he's been absent, which obviously, of course, not his fault. Injuries. I'd have to say Hugo Lloris, and I know I was giving him a lot of stick like a month or 2 months ago, but I've really changed my mind about him because Lloris has been, since coming back from his injury as well, or since coming back from lockdown 2, Lloris has been superb. Like what his save today in the first half as well, you know, it was a shot, like a powerful shot. He was in an awkward position and he still saved it. He's still got, although we may have seen him gone downhill. The one thing that we've never seen go downhill from Lloris is his cat-like reflexes. That's something, and his ability of shot stopping as well, apart from the occasional screamer, which wouldn't be too much his fault anyway.
So a bit more respect on his name again.
Yeah, no, I will eat my words and I will hold my hands up to what I said about him earlier. I think Lloris still does have a place with us for another season. All right.
And so have you seen enough to be positive about next season, or are you still a bit skeptical?
I'm skeptical how it is right now. But if we try and do something in the summer, then yes, I will try and see some positives in that. But if we just like barely do any changes, lose more players in the process of it and don't replace, then I fear that it can get worse than this season. All right.
Sam, always good to have you on, man.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. Nice to hear from you as well. Hopefully the Twitter DMs die down and everything's all right.
Thanks for reminding me.
Don't worry about it, my friend. But it's good to see you. Enjoy the break. Enjoy the end of season break. And we'll see you there next season. Or we'll probably see you before, but we'll see you around.
If not, see you next season. See ya.
See you next season. Nice one, Sam.